Amid growing fears that Israel could soon join a renewed war, has a fresh bombshell revelation now put the spotlight squarely back on Netanyahu himself? Did a chilling math riddle really precede a series of deadly explosions, as Iran now reveals what it claims was an elaborate Mossad sabotage plot? Was Mossad actually playing twisted mind games with Iranian officials even while sabotaging the country's critical energy lifeline in real time? Has Iran chosen this exact moment to reveal a 2024 oil infrastructure sabotage plot, right as fresh fears of renewed Iran-Israel war come rushing back? Is Iran deliberately building a public case through these revelations, laying the groundwork to justify its next major move against Israel? A Mossad-style phone call, a devastating gas pipeline blast, and a taunting numerical clue have together turned Iran's ongoing energy war into something resembling a real-life thriller. On July 23, Iran's former oil minister publicly described an alleged Mossad phone call that reportedly came just before a series of pipeline blasts back in 2024. According to Fast News, Javad Owji stated that this entire incident actually took place sometime between January and February of 2024. The former minister recalled that the mysterious caller opened the conversation ominously by saying, "Tonight we want fireworks." Owji said, and I quote, "One night, at around 1 a.m., someone called me and said, 'Tonight we want to have fireworks.' He then asked me, 'What is 3 plus 5? I replied, 8. He immediately said, 'We hit line 8. Unquote. Owji said that gas officials confirmed line 8 had indeed exploded just minutes after that unsettling phone call had ended. The former minister revealed that the same caller phoned again shortly after, this time asking, "What is 4 plus 5? Once given the answer, the caller then revealed that nationwide gas pipeline 9 had also been struck in this same coordinated sabotage effort. Owji added that nationwide gas pipeline 3 was also targeted later on, as part of this same broader sabotage operation against Iran's energy network. Notably, these explosions across Iran's gas pipeline network were already being reported as deliberate sabotage back when they originally occurred. This new disclosure lands at a particularly sensitive time, amid separate reports suggesting Iran may now be trying to trigger a fresh conflict directly with Israel. Western intelligence agencies believe Iran may attempt to trigger a new conflict with Israel, as officials assess the possibility of Tehran taking steps that could increase regional tensions and lead to further military confrontation. The assessment suggests that Iran could potentially launch the first strike in an effort to draw Israel and other actors into a wider conflict, though the exact intentions and timing remain unclear. Intelligence officials said Iran may be seeking to exploit existing tensions between Israel and the United States, using disagreements and security concerns between the two allies as an opportunity to advance its strategic goals. Two Iranian officials also told the New York Times that Israel could become a target in any future escalation, as Tehran considers possible responses to developments involving its regional rivals. Iranian officials said the country may retaliate if US President Donald Trump orders new strikes against Iranian infrastructure or targets inside Tehran, warning that any such action could lead to further confrontation. Iran could also potentially call on Houthi rebels in Yemen to increase pressure around the Bab al-Mandab Strait, a strategic maritime passage that plays a crucial role in international trade and regional security. The Bab al-Mandab Strait is a key global shipping route connecting the Red Sea with the Gulf of Aden, making any disruption in the area a major concern for international commerce and energy supplies. The latest assessment comes as Israel has shown reluctance to return to a full-scale war with Iran, while officials continue to weigh the risks of escalation against broader security priorities. At the same time, Israeli leaders are preparing for the possibility of increased tensions over the weekend, with security officials closely monitoring developments across the region. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is expected to convene the Security Cabinet to discuss the situation and review potential responses to any emerging threats. Defense Minister Israel Katz said Israel is prepared for every possible scenario, emphasizing that the country's security forces remain ready to respond to any developments. Katz warned that any Iranian attack would result in what he described as a crushing blow, according to reports, signaling Israel's determination to respond strongly to any direct threat. On July 23, Trump revealed that he was seriously considering launching a massive new military attack directly against Iran. Trump told Channel 12 that this planned operation could end up being significantly bigger in scale than the earlier Epic Fury campaign. The American president was careful to clarify that no final decision had yet been made regarding whether this new attack would actually proceed. Channel 12 also reported that US officials confirmed no new military orders had actually been issued at this stage despite Trump's public remarks. Trump said, and I quote, "I am considering a massive attack. Bigger than anything that has happened before. I am close to making a decision. We are fully prepared for it. They still haven't suffered enough pain." Unquote. Trump added that Israel would reportedly join this operation within 2 minutes if Washington simply requested its participation. However, the president also warned that Israel itself could face serious consequences should it choose to join a new campaign against Iran. Trump further explained that while Iran wants negotiations, it remains unwilling or unready to actually reach a final agreement at this point. Notably, Channel 12 reported that Iran had already rejected the most recent mediation proposal put forward by regional mediators. Meanwhile, the United States urged its citizens to prepare for significant flight disruptions across the Middle East as this war continues to unfold. According to Al Jazeera, the State Department specifically cited possible flight cancellations directly tied to the ongoing conflict with Iran. The United States has launched its 13th consecutive night of military strikes as the conflict with Iran enters another dangerous phase. President Donald Trump has ordered yet another round of attacks, signaling Washington has no intention of easing military pressure on Tehran. U.S. Central Command statement read, and I quote, "U.S. forces started another night of strikes against Iranian military targets at 6:45 p.m. Eastern Time today. This is the 13th consecutive night of strikes aimed to hold Iran accountable and diminish threats from the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps to commercial shipping." U.S. Central Command, CENTCOM, forces successfully completed the 13th straight night of strikes against Iran, July 23, at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. CENTCOM targeted Iranian military command centers, drone storage facilities, communication networks, coastal surveillance sites and maritime capabilities to further diminish the threat Iran poses to civilian mariners and commercial vessels transiting the Strait of Hormuz. The international waterway remains open for transit despite recent attacks from Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. Commercial vessels continue to freely navigate the strait with U.S. military support. More than 50,000 U.S. service members are currently operating across the Middle East. Unquote. Fresh explosions have once again rocked multiple Iranian cities as U.S. strikes spread across the country before dawn. New blasts have also been reported across several provinces, suggesting the scope of the campaign continues to widen. The strategic port city of Jask has also come under renewed pressure as explosions echoed across southern Iran. U.S. missile strikes are now reported to have hit additional targets inside Khuzestan province. Iranian authorities say the latest strikes on Bandar Abbas have left at least 2 people injured. The IRGC claims it successfully intercepted a U.S. Tomahawk cruise missile during the latest wave of attacks. Air defense systems were activated over Kerman as another incoming threat approached.